guys, I just wanted to post my reaction to the Spider-Man Into the Spiderverse movie. I just got home from seeing it. Unfortunately, the group I went to see it with didn't really have time to do something long and comprehensive like we usually do for big movies, but we did record something really quick for you on our way back. It's our raw, unedited reaction to the movie, and I hope you guys enjoy it. If you do, please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel for more geeky content, and comment down below, are you excited to see this movie? If you've already seen it, what did you think of it? I really enjoyed it, but you guys are going to hear more about that in a second. Also, royalty my ass. I don't even make any money off of this. I put more money into the equipment than I've actually gotten anything out of it. Alright guys, well, we just got out of Spider-Man Into the Spiderverse on the way back to our respective homes. I'm sure you guys remember Tyson and Devin from WhateverTheShow. Say hi, guys.
How you guys doing?
Tyson, let them hear their voice. Hey, hear your voice.
Hey, how you doing?
Cool. So, we just wanted to give our initial reaction, brief thoughts, nothing super intensive, but I definitely think that this movie warranted a conversation. And I'll start off by saying that I think this movie was absolutely charismatic.
Oh, very much so.
Walking to the car, one of the biggest things we were talking about was how this movie was a comic book on screen. And there are some things that are very explicitly comic book-like.
Yeah.
One being the internal monologues, which I thought was great.
I really liked that. That like as soon as he gets bit, he starts like you can hear his internal monologue, which is a thing like that happens in Spider-Man comics a lot. And I like that they kind of like that happens because of the spider bite, I guess.
It's so self-aware that way, I feel like, amongst like a couple other things. But like overall, we'll start with Devin. Overall, like if you had to summarize like your feelings on the movie.
I enjoyed it thoroughly. One of the things I liked the most about it is it had jokes in it, but like there were just times where I was just laughing just because it was just such a fun movie.
It was so fun.
It was just so fun. Like it honestly one of the most enjoyable movie experiences I've had in a while.
Yeah.
Where it was just it's really light. It's just fun. All these wacky Spider-Man characters. You got Nicolas Cage doing the Spider-Man Noir. You got John Mulaney doing the Spider-Pig. It's just, there's like a bunch of, and they're just kind of going back and forth with a lot of, it's just like all over the place. It really is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I think it is the most fun I've had in a movie theater this year. Like, Infinity War was its own experience, so it's like, it's different. But it was a lot of fun.
No, and then one of the things too, like co-tailing off of what you guys were saying about how much fun it was, I also feel like this movie really did a great job at evoking a lot of a reaction in the more emotional moments. Like it handled everything perfectly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the big, because like they drop a bomb in the first 30 minutes, it is handled really well.
Yeah. I mean, I think everything, and for you guys, I'm sure, with the recent passing of Stan Lee, yes, there was a cameo.
That's a good moment.
Yes, it was fantastic. Yes, I audibly said fuck in the movie theater when I heard Stan Lee. It was incredible.
There's a nice emotional tribute at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fantastic. Also, end credit was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
End credit was so much fun. Again, another like self-aware.
Yeah.
Extremely self-aware movie. It was,
Also, I thought. Oh, go ahead, man.
I really like picking apart like the different timelines because like you don't when the movie starts you don't really know like what's your timeline, what's supposed to be our timeline. Like I don't like you could make an argument for like the regular Peter Parker that we all know is either I think is supposed to be the Peter Parker that comes in halfway and like trains him.
Yeah.
Like the blonde Peter Parker is not supposed to be our Peter Parker.
No.
Yeah.
It's like
we're already starting
pulling apart. Like
Well, it's like the movie's interpretation of the ultimate Peter Parker, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
But also the voice cast I thought was spectacular. I know you each had your individual favorites in the movie.
I'm just saying, the thing that got me excited with this movie was John Mulaney as Pig. John Mulaney's been playing Pig and Spider-Man in the movie, like amazing.
And Nicolas Cage playing a purposely dark and gritty Spider-Man Noir was just beautifully done.
Who actually couldn't see in color.
Which that was
It was spectacular.
There was a scene with a Rubik's Cube, and he's like, "Is this purple? Is this blue?"
Yeah, it was
Very, very.
It was awesome. I and Devin, you brought this up going to the car. I feel like if this wasn't an animated movie, it wouldn't have worked.
Oh, not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all. This fully embraced being animated. This was someone's passion project. It had to have been, because it was fully sold on being on an animated film, and it worked so well because it embraced the medium so well. And it
allowed you to roll with the punches better.
Oh,
like
so
when there's this little girl that is like connected to a spider and controls her dad's robot, and you're like, yeah, sure, whatever, man. Like, yeah, I'm in. Yeah, cool. Like, good.
Well, it's like also the visuals I thought were awesome.
And also, did you guys notice that sometimes like the characters were like fuzzy?
Yes.
Yeah,
they were a little out of focus, and that was definitely on purpose. When like things in the foreground and were purposely out. I just thought the animation style was
awesome.
Really
also,
I haven't seen animation like that. Like that was that kind of new and unique in a long time. It really made me just enjoy the movie even more.
The one plot thing I don't quite get is the spider. So the spider, when the spider first, well, I don't know how many spoilers you want to go into.
Well, I mean,
Spider bites Morales.
Yeah, well, everybody knows that a spider.
That's going to happen at one point. He's not just going to turn into Spider.
It already does the thing where like the atoms thing when it doesn't. So the spider's not from our dimension. You know what I'm talking about when it flips out and it glitches.
Oh,
yeah.
It did that.
But it seems like there must have been tests already done.
Well, I think it's entirely related to the end credit, and I'm sure like I'll explain it later, before like when we get into some spoilers. But like, it's entirely related to the end credits. If you guys know Spider-Man, all I'll say is this: that there was an Alchemax like branding essentially on the spider, which I thought was funny. I was like, that definitely wouldn't work in a real movie. Like that was one of the first things that set me off. I was like, why is there print on a spider? But I'm just a prick when it comes to that kind of stuff. Also, like, this was the perfect introduction, like in a broad, wide sense to Miles Morales.
Yeah,
I feel like it was spectacular.
It really captured, I think, the environment in which, like that, the exposition of the movie I thought was brilliantly done. Where he's going to school, he's got an uncle he feels really attached to.
Yeah.
He has a father that he feels a little disconnected from. He has a mother that loves him a lot, and he's starting in a new school. And I think they set up everything perfectly. And like you really are engaged with his whole family and who Miles Morales is from a very early point. They really want you to establish it. And they don't really give you any new characters. They give you Miles Morales and they let you sit with them.
Is that Miles' dad?
Yeah, I really let me take a drink and stop breathing.
How would you feel if it was like a big masculine black man that pulled you over from that police car?
I don't care who it is.
No, I mean just for the sense, like I said, it was Miles'
for
dad.
Miles Morales' dad. Yeah.
How freaking hell?
Yeah. I almost wish that I didn't know that Miles Morales' uncle was the Prowler. Like I almost wish that.
Oh, that you went into that not knowing that?
Yeah, went into that not knowing because like
I didn't remember that.
Oh, really?
I forgot about that.
I knew that entire. Well, yeah, me and Tyson like giggled at each other. You're taking a left.
I'm taking a left. All right. I recognize.
Yeah. The internet will now know where I live.
Because that's a really good emotional one. Because I didn't quite know how they're going to play it. Because you get introduced to the uncle very soon, and you don't get introduced to the Prowler at all.
Well,
so I didn't quite know how they're going to play it. Are they going to go?
Well, when a certain something happened to that character, it still hit me. I was still like,
yeah.
damn.
You definitely still feel the emotional moment, but I think it would have been better if I didn't know.
Also, I love how, like, in terms of the art style that they use for the animation, I loved how. So for me, like when I talk about comic books, I often have problems where some artists pick the wrong spots to exaggerate proportions. I thought it was perfect.
Oh,
like,
I love the Kingpin.
I loved it.
Oh, yeah.
I loved cool. Like the Kingpin. You guys have probably seen in the trailers like how blocky he looks.
Yeah. It looks so good.
And it works out really well. And then we were talking about who was voicing the Kingpin. Leaf Schreiber,
yeah.
which was the frickin' Sabretooth in the old X-Men movies. What was the name of the voice actor for Miles?
Oh, I have no idea.
I forgot his name. Shamik Moore. Oh, okay. He was spectacular.
He did an amazing job.
Like, I want him to voice Miles forever.
Has he been anything else?
I have no idea. You're usually the guy that can answer those types of questions.
That's true.
And then who played Peter? I thought it was good.
Oh, Peter, I recognize the actor. I couldn't.
Yeah, I recognize the voice too a lot.
I mean,
It wasn't Jonah Hill, was it?
No, it's not.
no, I really been enjoying the voice actor in the Spider-Man PS4 game, Yuri Lowenthal. I think he's doing a great job, but the guy playing him in the movie, I think also did a spectacular job of playing an older Peter Parker.
Yeah.
That was Jake Johnson.
Jake Johnson. Yeah, there we go, the alliteration for you.
Yeah.
It was, the cast just did a spectacular job.
Trevor, what accent am I looking for?
You're going to keep going straight. No, it was...
Just a lot of fun.
That movie was a lot of fun. It was passionate. Like, you could tell that these people really knew what they were doing. And there were a lot of great little, like, Easter eggs to comic book creators who have had an impact on Spider-Man, and more specifically Miles Morales, so make sure to keep an eye out for that. It's definitely rewarding as a comic book fan, I think. And, man, go watch this movie. I'm honestly going to probably go see this movie a second time.
Very much suggest. Go see it. Go see it.
It was amazing. But if you guys had to, like, individually wrap up your thoughts, if you had to make one statement about this film to the world, we'll start with Tyson, what would you say?
I would say that, I would say that it's as much fun as you're going to have as a comic book person going to the movie. I'd be also be very curious to see someone who didn't like comics at all, how they thought about the movie. But it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, this movie clearly takes a lot from comics. It loves comics and embraces the form. And it's like a comic book come to life.
No, really,
I'm just captures it perfect.
No, that's a perfect way to describe it. It is a comic book come to life, and it's a well done comic book come to life. The action, the adventure, the levity, the script,
voice acting,
the dialogue.
And I want to watch it again just because of all the little things. I'm sure I missed things in it. Like,
I want to watch it again because, to be quite honest, man, like, this is probably my top 5 movies of the year.
Oh, definitely.
I loved this movie,
yeah.
and it's alarming to think that like 3 out of my top 5 are all Marvel related movies.
This is definitely top 3, which is, I mean,
which is what the other 2 are Black Panther and Infinity War. Yeah, I love this movie,
yeah.
and you guys know I'm usually the one to like be nitpicky and pick holes, man, but there were some small things that I just ignored because I loved the movie so much. If I had to give like closing thoughts, like I was saying, they did everything well. There was no constituent part about the movie that was done poorly. The action was great. The adventure was great. The little character interactions were great. The art and the direction with the animation team did a spectacular job at moving that script forward. It was awesome, man. Easily like a 9+ out of 10, I think.
Yeah, I'd say, I forget what I gave other things, but yeah. Right around what I gave Black Panther and Infinity War.
Yeah, it was spectacular. But, yeah, we just wanted to give you guys a really quick reaction to the film. Didn't really have enough time to do a full in-depth 12,000-hour conversation like I did for Infinity War.
Oh, darn.
Yeah, we have exams tomorrow.
Yeah.
So, it was exams week last time, but...
Also, true. It was in April. It was in April.
I think it was the weekend before exams.
Yeah,
it was like Saturday before going into.
It was the week of my birthday.
Yeah.
I was also really just starting the YouTube stuff, so I had no
24th.
idea how to end a conversation. 27.
Yeah, it was like Devin.
Also, can we just bring up the fact that they moved the new Avengers movie up to April again?
Oh, yeah.
So like,
excited.
I'm gonna get another Avengers movie on the week of my birthday. How freaking spectacular is that? I'm so hyped. But with all that being said, thank you, Tyson Devin, for appeasing me and recording this little clip in a car.
No problem.
And this movie was a blast, guys. Make sure you go watch the movie, support the film. It definitely deserves to make some box office bank, probably more than it will eventually make. But this is going to be Dark Knight Nation and Tyson Devin from WhateverTheShow signing out. We'll catch you guys on the next episode, movie review, what have you. Have a good night, guys.